Hey, how's everyone doing? It's Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Well, guys, of course, we're getting into the holiday tool buying season. Now, of course, there might be many of you who are watching my videos coming up here with the holiday tool deals that might be buying your tools for the first time. You might not have bought any power tools before. There's a first for all of us, of course, when it comes to buying tools. When I moved out on my own, I had to buy a couple of tools. When I started my own company, I had to buy a couple more tools then. And, of course, when you kind of start working with tools, you kind of keep buying more and more tools, of course. I want to go over, guys, 3 brands that I would say are worth avoiding entirely. Well, maybe not entirely, but kind of avoiding in general. Now, the reason I'm saying to avoid these tool brands is not because they're necessarily making bad tools. I'm saying to avoid these brands because there's a lot better options out there for the price. So let's go through these 3 brands here, guys. I'll kind of explain why I'm going to recommend avoiding these 3 brands. First one, of course, on screen ready is Craftsman Tools. Now, Craftsman, they've been a really legendary brand, but they were legendary before they were at Lowe's, and when they were at Sears, and they kind of still are. I've done a couple videos at Sears, kind of checking out the Craftsman, but Craftsman, unfortunately, is nothing but a shell of their previous self at this point. Their hand tools, and I've done a number of reviews on their hand tools already. The only really good ones are their V series, which aren't even really made by Craftsman anyways. They're made by a number of different brands that are much higher end. They've been rebranded to Craftsman. A lot of their standard stuff you're going to find at Lowe's is wildly overpriced for what it is. You might as well take your money to Harbor Freight, probably save half of what you're going to spend on the Craftsman tools anyways, and ironically also probably get a better quality tool anyways. I hear a lot of complaints, guys, about people who have a Craftsman tool that broke, they take it back to Lowe's, and they just get a big runaround instead of getting a new tool. I keep getting more and more comments on my videos of people saying that the Craftsman warranty is getting worse and worse and worse. I don't really think that's, I'm not really going to say that that's, not happening, but I can definitely see it happening. I mean, myself personally, I've converted to mostly Harbor Freight tools anyways, just because the warranty has been fantastic. I've got some Craftsman stuff. I've got a lot of Cobalt stuff, really, too. And honestly, I think Cobalt is a better brand than Craftsman at this point anyways. Ironically, sold in the same store, too. But I just feel like the tools have been better from Cobalt anyways. And yeah, I mean, let's get into the power tools as well too. To say it nicely, they're just the low-end DeWalt stuff rebranded to Craftsman, and that's all they're really doing. It's owned by Stanley Black & Decker, who of course owns DeWalt, and that's what Stanley Black & Decker is doing, is they're just running off the Craftsman name. They're slapping Craftsman on everything. They do that with DeWalt too. I mean, they will slap the DeWalt name on anything that they think can sell and try to sell it. I mean, if you're looking for hand tools, go to Harbor Freight. You're going to get a better deal there anyways. The warranty's always been better at Harbor Freight. That's what I recommend. If you don't have Harbor Freight near you, honestly, the Husky line at Home Depot or the Cobalt line already at Lowe's is honestly a better bet in my opinion. And I really don't see a reason to buy Craftsman. Because on the power tools, you got brands like Metabo HPT at Lowe's. You've got Hercules at Harbor Freight. You've got Rigid and Ryobi at Home Depot. There's way better options out there than Craftsman at this point, and a lot of the Craftsman tools have been underperforming in a lot of tests that I've seen. So I really can't recommend the Craftsman brand at all because the options out there are really just better than what you can find at Craftsman stuff. I mean, you'll scroll through this stuff here, you can tell they're kind of just throwing the Craftsman name on literally everything. And I mean, I've seen the stuff in stores, especially on the clearance shelves, not been great. The rolling tool cabinets that I've seen, I've got a couple of them. I think they're the worst quality tool cabinets I've ever bought myself personally. And I will never buy any more Craftsman tool just because they're just terrible quality, honestly. Second brand of tools, to keep moving on here, guys, is going to be Flex Tools. Not surprising if you guys have been following tools quite a bit. Flex Tools has quite a checkered history, honestly. They came out a couple of years ago. They're one of the newest brands in tools out there. They came out of the gate really pushing for the Milwaukee guys. That was their biggest target, you could tell. Even what you're seeing right now on their home screen here, they went right for the Milwaukee guys right away. They were originally doing like a 5-year warranty. They keep saying this lifetime warranty like indefinitely. They've been doing it for so long now. Every year it's like, oh my god, we're extending the warranty another year to December of this year. They do it all the time now. It's pretty funny. I don't know whether to keep doing it. Probably because the sales are probably still pretty low. But I went and bought some of my own flex tools back when they first came out. I had all the batteries failing me within a year with mild use too. And yeah, I mean, the overall line has been pretty dead at this point too. They haven't really released a lot of new stuff. We've got a few more impact wrenches, a few more nailers, and I think that's about it. We're still on Gen 1 with the drills, the impacts. They haven't really done anything new. That's really been about all we've seen. But what really soured me with the brand, Denna Tools, another fellow YouTuber who does a ton of tool reviews, he did a really awesome video where when Flex released one of their new comparison videos, he went and just tore them apart. And he showed all the times where they were cheating, they weren't using the correct competition's drills, correct competition's tools. They did a lot of really fishy stuff in there. I didn't really catch it all myself, but Denna Tools did a fantastic job. Sorry, not Denna Tools, Mancaver Tools. Sorry, that was it, Mancaver Tools. He did a really awesome video on that and really just ripped them apart. And it really showed just how fishy their advertising was. If you also notice at the time too, very, very few tool reviewers had their hands on those tools. They were really not sending out a lot of tools to reviewers, I think for a number of reasons. But again, I can't really say, I can only speculate because I can't really have a way to prove it. But again, they don't send out tools to reviewers, and usually when that happens, they're trying to not show something, which is kind of what I've seen in the past. When we see stuff not really hit reviewers, well, unfortunately, they're trying to not get out the more poor performance or poor quality of those tools out there. And this brand, I don't know, they really don't have a lot of sales. They've been stagnant, and, you know, there's a lot more options out there. I mean, honestly, if you want the high-end stuff, just go Milwaukee. You know, at that point, even Metabo HPT, which they sell right next to it, has a better warranty anyways, and honestly, better quality for the most part. Probably even a bigger line of card of tools by now anyways. I mean, if you were to walk me to Lowe's right now and say, hey, don't buy Flex, buy anything else, I'd probably say go DeWalt, go Flex, you know. Sorry, not Flex, Metabo HPT. There's some better options there already. Pretty easy stuff there. Again, it's priced like Milwaukee. They do have some deals here and there online. You know, like this is a pretty sweet deal here for a mid-torque with a full battery, hard case, all that stuff. But I really don't trust the tools too much anymore because of the battery issues. I'm sure they fixed them by now. But I mean, a lot of stuff has been out for a while, and they haven't really done a lot of new releases here. They haven't done a lot of sales, you know, like BOGOs and stuff like that to get you deep into the line, you know, really get you buying a ton of it. I mean, all these tools have mostly been out for years now. I mean, kind of the launch stuff that's it. I mean, we have the nail guns that are new, couple of new impact wrenches, not a whole lot of new stuff here. So I'm not calling it a dead line. I'm just calling it a line that hasn't really seen a lot of attention when many other tool brands are seeing a ton of attention. And I think, honestly, you should get your money instead of Flex. All right, the final line, which I think this one's definitely going to be controversial, is Bauer. Now, a couple of reasons why I'm definitely not going to recommend Bauer tools. For one, when it comes to the entry-level tool lines, I'm talking brands like Ryobi, Craftsman, Bauer is definitely one of them. There is a lot of options out there when it comes to, you know, just basic run-of-the-mill tools that are affordable, easy to get into, and Bauer is definitely one of those. But honestly, the Hercules line at Harbor Freight is very little money more, and they offer actually a better warranty. The tools are better quality. You get better battery packs. I think the Hercules line is way better for not too much more money, and it's sold in the same store. Secondly, let's check any tool here. This is probably the biggest reason why I can't recommend Bauer, and the fact that, you know, they did it with the Hercules tools. Let's go right here. Let's pick this Hercules tool. Check this out. We go to warranty. We have a 5-year warranty on that tool. Perfect. Let's go back to that Bauer's tool. And what? We're only talking like a $40 difference on this tool? Not too much, you know? Let's go to the warranty on this. Oh, what's this? A 90-day warranty. We're still on a 90-day warranty with these tools. That is not acceptable at all. And it's why I would say, hey, if you're going to buy Bauer, considering buying Bauer, I would say just go Ryobi at that point. You know, you're going to spend about the same amount of money. You're going to get a way better warranty from Ryobi. You can warranty those in store as well too. And the Ryobi line is massive. As much as I'm not really a Ryobi fan, you can't really, complain about how awesome that line is. They've got a tool for every option possible. They've got a pretty good warranty. And, people are going to rip on Ryobi all the time, but they have a pretty solid line of tools. And I would say go Ryobi at that point. If you're looking for a cheap entry-level tool line, just go Ryobi at that point. If you want to stick with Harbor Freight, but you want to have a bit better quality, go Hercules at that point, That's really what I would say about Bauer. They're just pretty underwhelming. I don't own any Bauer tools, but I really see no reason to buy them at all. When you can get better options with a better warranty for pretty much the same price or a little bit more and get a significantly better quality tool. That's kind of my 2 cents there, guys. So, guys, those are the 3 brands that I would say are definitely worth avoiding. This holiday season, we're going to start seeing tool deals. And, of course, those are the other options I would give you guys. If you're saying, hey, if you don't like that brand, where would you go? There's a lot of other options out there for tools and brands that I think are just worth your money more. They're doing more to try to get your money, and they're definitely going to give you a better bang for your buck. So, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and stay safe out there.